welcome to a tutorial of being a commander in Hell Let Loose. So when you open up our commander, obviously you can place garrisons, but you can't place outposts. You have binos, of course, and in the map, when you open it up, you got something here called orders. You have different abilities to use for your team to use. You have reinforce, which temporarily increases a manpower strength for capping in a defense, especially in strong points. It's made for strong points, and also that you will get more resource generation for captured sectors. All sectors, I think except the last one, is generating resources. So the more sectors you have, the more automated resource generation you will have for your team, or actually you as a commander can use. And then it is final stand. You will just simply not lose any resources of your at least the spawns like tanks, manpower, or actually respawns of the people. Not sure if it's doing anything for the strafing on a bombing ground. And for munition side, you get supply drop. That means you'll be able to build garrisons. You get strafing runs. That's like a fighter plane strafing his MG, and you have a bombing run. I'm gonna place a supply drop there. You see now when I have selected, and I can select wherever it is. I have not yet confirmed the order, but you can see that by it being green, the map is green illuminated. I'm gonna confirm this and drop it. And soon enough, we're gonna get an airplane dropping our supplies for us. Supply drop plane is quite low. And there the supply drop comes. It goes the same for both teams. The American is a white chute and like a box. The German is a red chute and a missile. If you want to be able to help your team to go for enemy supplies, you can bring up your panos and try to hit and place observe orders or anything on the drop. You can do that for both sides. So that gives you possibility to destroy enemy supply drops even before they have reached the supplies, so they can't build any garrisons. Each garrison takes 50 in supplies, and each supply drop is 100. Supplies can also, of course, come from a supply guy in an infantry unit, and supply drops from a commander is best used for areas where there is friendlies or on defense objectives. Because if you drop a supply and there is no friendly near, the enemy's gonna see there, and they're already gonna be there when they come and try to build a garrison, and that's gonna fuck you up very much. Each garrison have a radius of 150 meters to place the next garrison. So I have a garrison right there, and you see here, too close to similar structure, 150 meters. And for us to be able to see how far we can place next garrison, this is very nice for both defense and attacks. Mostly defense because you want to be able to defend from several areas. If you have, for example, a defending garrison here in these trenches, and you get enemies actually coming from here, they are most likely or can wipe you out here, and then you have nothing else to go on. So you want to make sure you build your garrisons in good places where you can multi-spawn from, so you don't get spawn killed on the garrisons. And as I said before, each box is 2 by 200. I should simply just see where my next garrison can be. It should roughly be here. I can mark it here, and it's 168, so that's probably there. 150, 45. Next, there you go. There I can place my next, or I can place it next, roughly here. Garrison can be placed in non-locked down areas, and that's always the next objective to take. And as you see here, uh, this is locked. That means I can't place it in the sector blocks nearest it, the two nearest here. I can place, no one can place any garrison here. And infantry can place their outposts on this area, but no garrison. They can only place it here. As for everyone. When you have captured this point, this one will unlock ASAP, then you will be able to place garrisons in the next. So it goes the same way in both directions. And of course you can place garrisons wherever you have on your own lines. So, time to show strafing run and bombing run. Let's make a strafing run first. You press it, obviously, and then you press where you want to go. On the map, you'll see a small little arrow. That's the way the strafing run is gonna go. That's the bearing. So it's gonna come from left here and strafe right. And you can also adjust it with 45 degrees to make it strafing run go from north to south or southwest to, or what is it, northeast to southwest, etc, etc. Strafing run is 20 meters wide and 200 meters long, 300 meters long, roughly. And you just confirm order. And the strafing order come. It should come from there. There's a fighter coming. 2-minute timer. Same as supplies. Final stand have 10 minutes. And I think Force and Incurse also have 10 minutes cooldown. Now we're gonna place a bombing run. Bombing is a little bit different, as you see. It's a carpet of bombs, and it's roughly 30-50 meters wide to 200 meters, 150-200 meters long. the marking is a rough estimate where the bomb comes. Usually it comes a bit earlier here. But the first bombs are gonna drop here and proceed right. And same as strafing run, you can make it go any direction. And here's another important thing now. Bombing runs have planes high up in the sky. And it sounds more growling, or what you can say. It sounds a bit different from supply. It's the same plane. Capturing areas, or capture next objective, is the 4 nearest sectors of the point. So that would be these 4, and for this point it would be these 4. I think maybe even this, and for this point is at least this. And you will be able to see this just by toggling the HUD and see up, 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 up. And now I crossed into the next block I'm capturing. If you're inside a circle, you will count for, I'm not sure the amount, but it's a factor of 1.6 guys. So if you have as a team, say 5 guys in this box, and they have 3 guys in this block, they would counter each other to be, stalemate. And stalemate in capturing is called contested. And capturing, of course, then it's capturing. Timer for capturing is always the same time when you're actually capturing. It takes 2.5 minutes to capture an objective, or area, that is, sector. But of course, that will never be true for real. Almost never. Because you'll most likely have going back and forth in the numbers of your men and the enemy men, so you will be either losing the points or capturing the points or have it contested. As normally, or as normal, you get auto-generated supplies for ammunitions and manpower, so you will always be able to spawn men, kind of always. Fuel is only automated generation when you have captured, I think it's up to the fourth objective. So, but you can build nodes that helps you get supplies for the fuel. The fuel supply is for the tanks to respawn. If you don't have any fuel, you won't be able to get new tanks. And as earlier, these sectors are unlocked, I will be able to place a garrison here. If I cross into the locked area, it will say cannot place in locked enemy territory. It says the same thing for what's it called? What's it called? Squad, the outposts. Sorry. And as soon as I've captured it, I can place a garrison here too. One thing to know is that when you have captured this side, unlocked side, the enemy will lose all their spawns. So if an enemy have placed a garrison, let's say here, and you have captured it, they will lose this garrison. So it's sometimes if you know that okay, we are going to lose this, and we are going to lose this, and it's also quite near for the timer to capture it, wait by putting down your outpost or garrison until they have captured it, and then you can place it, because otherwise that placement of a garrison is almost just a waste of time, and oh, no, you're not gonna have anything profit from it. You might have enough supplies for another garrison, but it's not really worth it. And as soon as you've captured the objective, you can actually capture even the next objective, because it's unlocked. When you have captured an objective, the objective will be locked for 2 minutes until the enemy can recapture it. It's a good time to have a pre-team actually be on next objective to start the capture or prepare a next offensive, next objective. But don't be too much ego and confident. As soon as this timer runs out of 2 minutes, they can start to capture back. And if you don't have any guy here in the defense, you are gonna lose it. Or any garrison. If you're uncertain of capturing next objective, I prefer to always fall back. And remember to keep good communication with the other squad leaders and entire team to say who is falling back, who is attacking. You don't want the entire team to fall back, and you don't want the entire team to be on attack.